Kyaro dosto, it's your girl Niti girl, and you're here joining me in the kitchen. So I really started this channel just because when I started doing my Indian cooking, making tadka, doing the sabji jam, there was no good sources out there. No offense to my other Indian YouTubers, but I just thought, shouldn't this be fun? Shouldn't someone be telling me some relatable information? Like, how many times do I get to hear 300 grams of this? I don't have a scale in my house, people. I'm here to hopefully make it easy for you. So our first episode today is gonna go over kind of a couple of things, the basics that you need to start your Indian kitchen, really. We're gonna go over some spice knowledge. We're gonna drop some spices on you. We're also gonna go over what tools you need, how many wooden spoons does it take to beat one child? No, I'm just kidding. But we're gonna go over utensils and hardware and things like that. And then we're also gonna go over anything else that you might need in your Indian kitchen. So stay tuned, I hope you're staying pretty excited. So as promised, I'm ready to drop that spice knowledge on you. So the first thing that you're gonna need in any Indian kitchen, if you have been gifted one by your mother-in-law, maybe your mother, maybe a boyfriend or girlfriend, I don't know, but is a loon dani. Okay, so this lovely guy holds 6 spices.
Listen, I know that it's 7, but what can you do?
And these 6, they're gonna be your prime. Now, everyone's chachita, mami, pua is gonna tell you that maybe 1 or more of these things could be replaced. But you can always use whichever ones you really use in your repertoire more, which ones that you really focus your dals and sabjis in. You might like a certain flavor more than others. You might have something exotic you wanna put in here. But these are my 6, these are my go-tos. I love them, they're tried, tested and true. I've never had to change any one of these. So I'm gonna take you around the wheel. Okay, so step 1, we have noon, or loon. Don't at me. Don't. Okay, salt, for the preference of all of the wapis and loais everywhere. Salt, okay? So moving on, salt is pretty self-explanatory, always like season to taste what it is. I will go over the story of this food later. So after noon, we also have jeera. These are full jeera seeds. They're awesome, obviously, to get started in your oil first. They can be used in lots of different international cuisines. Mexican food uses a lot of cumin. Jeera, okay. So moving on from jeera, let's get it spicy. This is red chili. So funny story about red chili. I didn't realize that cayenne and red chili are the same thing. I guess they are. So I would go everywhere looking for red chili and I'd be like, all I can find is cayenne. And one day a grocery store clerk really embarrassed me about that. But you need lal mirch, yeah. Lal mirch is best mirch, well, debatable. But you should always have a dry mirch in here just in case the fresh mircha that you're using aren't spicy enough. So this can really save you in a pickle. We did salt, we did that. Okay, let's talk about haldi, the stain maker. Okay, so lots of people are like, oh, why do I even need haldi? Like what? Haldi does have a taste. It's not just for color. It does add color. And you really need it because otherwise some of your sabjis will end up very brown and not really looking edible. So haldi is important. Turmeric, as they say in English, is also like right now big in the hippie craze of add it to dub, add it to this. If you're Indian, you know we've already been doing this for a while. So yeah, haldi, you need it. Okay, then we're gonna move on to kind of one of the bigger spices that you're gonna need a lot of. Well, not a lot of, but you're gonna go through this the most. It's garam masala, okay? So garam masala can be made in a couple of different ways. You can curate your own garam masala if you are culinarily inclined to. You can purchase it, which is what I did, and there's like a variety of garam masalas out there on the market when you visit your local Indian grocer. It's really a personal taste, like preference, up to you. I just tried a brand that I liked, and I've been sticking with it. It's what it is. So, garam masala. So in mine, now these last 2 are kind of the optional ones that I think that some people might be replacing in their households. This one is dhania seed, coriander seed. They're full seeds. I really like them. I end up making a lot of okra. I like them in okra. That's why I have them in here. So you can really replace with, some people want to do black pepper, some people want to do other stuff. You can do jack masala if you use that a lot, but I have dhania seed. Then I also have ambachur, which is dried mango powder. This is to add a bit of tartness to your sabji. So some sabjis call for it to be a little bit more tart. It'll help cut that taste. So ambachur. necessary, but if you use too much of this, you're gonna get blisters in your mouth. You've been warned. So that is the all around the world on my loon bunny here. I also have some other optional stuff that you might have in your pantry as well. So I have coriander powder. We talked about that I have the seeds. I also have the powder in case I want to really kick up that flavor. Maybe I'm not roasting it. Then I also have cumin powder, again, to kick up the flavor in case I don't want to use the full seeds. Not a lot of people like to chew seeds in their sabji, but some people do. Another optional spice that you might have is dalchini in Punjabi, that is just cinnamon sticks. Sometimes if you're doing a biryani or something else, you might need these as well. So one of my favorite things about Indian cooking is that it's pretty cheap. All of these spices should be about like $5 a pop, 5 to 10 maybe, depending on if you went to a Safeway, which that's your own problem. So getting started, these guys, a standard bag of them, probably about 500 grams. I know, hilarious as I don't have a scale, but about 500 grams, really should last you, I would say, at least like 2 to 3 months, depending on how much Indian food you're making. So that would be like once a day for me, which is a lot. That's a lot of curry. But you know, it's really up to you of how much you need in your kitchen, but this is a great place to start. Now that you have all your spices under control, what are you gonna cook this stuff in? The real question. Again, Indian cooking, super easy, super simple. You need one good pot. Invest in it. Make it count, okay? So this one my mother-in-law gave me. I have no idea what brand it is, but she told me, I was gonna say she claims, she told me that it's surgical steel, and it is one of the best pots. Important things to look for in pots is that it has a good, like, medium-sized weight. Not too heavy, but definitely not something you can just, like, toss around. This guy, you can just, when you feel it, you can tell it has a good, strong base. So you want to make sure you have a good, even layer of metal across the base. That way your sabji is not burning in any place in particular, especially if your stove has a tendency to do that. It's easier to control it with your pot. So make sure you get your pot going. So this guy does have a lid, and it does have like actual clip-on handles, and I have it in a couple of sizes. So I find that this medium size, which I don't know what it is, but like, look, I'm a human, this is it next to me. This is how big it is, okay? This is the one that I have. I love it. You're gonna see me cooking in it all the time, okay? Second, for the beats, for the treats. Like a time, yo. So I have this guy, which was a little bit more expensive. Oh, it says hashtag stir it up, IKEA. So stir it up IKEA. I love it, it's good. It has like a good edge on it, which means if I need to like get it, something in there, I can. And I feel like it's gonna last a long time. I like that it's sturdy. This guy is just, I think, from like a pack that I got at Walmart, like a bamboo, whatever. It's also pretty good. So really, they work, okay? But that's kind of everything you need to make any basic sabjis, and you could possibly do like a dal or bean if you have lots of patience. But as you all may know, your mom has a wicked pressure cooker, doesn't she? Well, Jaman not change, okay? It's the era of the Instant Pot. So let me show you guys my Instant Pot. TV magic, TV magic. So I love my Instant Pot so much that I have 2 of the insides of it. I'll do a whole other episode on how it works and how much I love it. And it is included in like most of my recipes that need pressure cooking, but I absolutely love it, okay? I love it. Like I was saying, I have 2 of these insides. That way I can set one for rice, get it done, do a sabji or a biryani or a curry or whatever I want, and then boom, boom, all in Instant Pot. I love it, girl, I love it. So, that's one thing that we definitely need. Another one that we can talk about is good knives, okay? All Indian moms have one good knife from the time that you were born. Do yourself a favor, buy yourself a knife, buy your mama a knife, okay? Needs to happen. When looking for a knife, honestly, there's a big range out there. If you're a connoisseur, you can get a really expensive one. You can get one from IKEA. You can get it from the dollar store. As long as it cuts something, you're on the money, okay? On the money. So now, the only difference you're gonna see, for example, a cheaper one versus an expensive one, is the lifetime of it, how sharp it is to initially begin with, and that's about that, okay? You're also gonna need a cutting board and other like cooking and eating utensils, but I'm assuming if you've made it this far, you have those. If you don't, please leave your comments in down here. Let me know what you don't have and I can help, I guess. So I'll definitely try to do that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I'm gonna make this one kind of a little shorter so that if you don't need any of this information, you can just keep going on. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm super excited to show you guys what else I have in my repertoire. And again, always remember, it's your girl, Niti girl.